Okay, so in this video we are going to be looking at multiplying decimals by a whole number and multiplying decimals by another decimal. So let's start with something reasonably simple. Let's go for 1.2 times by 5. Now the easiest way to do this is to just take away the decimal and do a normal multiplication sum. So we're going to do 12 instead of 1.2 times 5. And we'll go through this together. So 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 5 is 5, plus the 1 is 6. So we've got an answer of 60. However, in our original question, there is one digit after the decimal point. So we need to make sure that there's one digit after the decimal point in our answer. So we're going to pop our decimal point there. So there's one digit after. That means that our answer to 1.2 times 5 is 6.0 or 6. Now when we're timesing a decimal by another decimal, it's exactly the same principle. So we just take the decimal points out and then put them back in at the end. So let's do this again. We've got 1.2 times 2.5. So we're going to do this exactly the same way, take out the decimal points and set it up as a normal multiplication. So we've got 25 times by 12 instead of 2.5 and 1.2. So we've got 2 times 5, which is 10. 2 times 2, which is 4, plus the 1 is 5. Then put my placeholder in here. Then 1 times 5, which is 5. 1 times 2, which is 2. Add all of these up. And how we know where the decimal point goes is we go back to our question. How many digits are there after the decimal point in our question? Well, we've got one here and we've got another one here. So that means there needs to be 2 digits after the decimal point in our answer. So I'll put my decimal point here and that's my answer. My answer would be 3.00 or 3. So this technique applies in any multiplication when you're multiplying a decimal number by a whole number or 2 decimal numbers. You just take out that decimal point, do a normal multiplication calculation, and then however many digits there are after the decimal point in your question, make sure that there's the same amount after the decimal point in your answer.